everyone, it's the Car Chick. Welcome to another episode of Shut Up and Drive. Today we're going to talk about the risk of buying used cars that have aftermarket parts installed. My husband has a customer at his repair shop that bought a slightly used Mitsubishi Evo 10. Really super cool performance car. And it had an aftermarket turbo and exhaust on it. Big surprise. The problem is, it wasn't installed entirely correctly. They did not use anti-seize on any of the bolts, and the heat from the turbo and going through the exhaust fused all the bolts together. So the turbo, when it started having problems recently, they couldn't remove it. They had to kind of cut it off and bore out the bolts that held it in because whoever installed it was just too lazy not to put anti-seize on it. It's ridiculous. So what should have been a relatively minor and inexpensive repair to the turbo resulted in taking off half the car, replacing the turbo with a new turbo, and rebolting everything together properly with anti-seize. So this young man, after spending over $30,000 on this used sports car, has now spent another $3,000 to $4,000 having a new turbo put on and everything fixed, simply because it wasn't done right the first time. I'll give you another example. The guy that I refer to as my brother, Eddie, he's my mom's neighbor, wonderful guy, cop. You couldn't ask for a better person. But he's not allowed to buy cars on his own anymore. He likes to go rock crawling with Jeeps with all of his buddies, and he fell in love with this big, jacked up Jeep that he found on a dealer lot. And he thought it would be a relatively safe purchase because it technically was still under factory warranty by year and mileage. Well, here's the very expensive lesson that he learned. The Jeep had a lift kit on it. Great for rock crawling. The problem was, the original owner installed it himself. Very badly. He cut holes in the fender wells to help him install it, which means when he drove it through the swamp, which he did, all that swamp water got up into the engine compartment and completely fried the engine wiring harness. So when Eddie started having problems with this Jeep, he kept taking it to the dealer, taking it to the dealer, taking it to the dealer, and there was a recall on one of the problems he was having. However, here's what we found out. Chrysler had voided the factory warranty because of the bad, shoddy work the first owner did and fried the wiring harness. So Eddie was going to have to spend about $6,000 to completely rewire the car to get it back to where Chrysler would reinstate the warranty and then do the warranty work for the recall. So instead, I got him out of that Jeep and into a different one that had a Mopar lift installed properly by the dealer and was covered under warranty. So that was about a $6,000 lesson in the risk of buying a used car that has aftermarket parts. So if you fall in love with a used car that has what you believe to be aftermarket parts and verify that with the dealer and through an inspection by an independent master mechanic, all these problems can be avoided. Any aftermarket parts are always a risk. They could invalidate the warranty. They could have been installed properly. So just beware and take that extra care, and definitely have the car inspected by a master certified mechanic. And if the car should still be under factory warranty, get the VIN number, call the manufacturer customer service line, and verify that it is still in effect. So buyer beware on used cars. This is the Car Chick. I'm out of here, folks. Take care.